Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the semi-early, but we always want to be sure that we're trained and ready to go for the 2025 Camp Card Sale. Many of you know me, and if you don't, my name is Warren Parsons. I'm the project manager here at the Atlanta Area Council, and I'll tell you a little bit more about myself later and the team that you'll be working with, but that's just a little idea of who's going to be talking to you tonight. I also have with me Mary Chesser. She is the person that keeps me in line, supports me, and just makes sure that I really stay on track and make sure that all of you have everything that you need. So we're going to go ahead and move into this. So this meeting is not only a kickoff meeting for people who are experienced, but also a meeting for anybody who expressed any interest who might be new and wanting to learn more about camp cards. So camp cards is a council provided opportunity where units and scouts are able to raise funds to support their adventures, specifically at the $10 level. And the cool thing about camp cards is it's a 50% commission. The sale runs from February 1st through April 30th, and there's a lot of really great opportunities that we've seen scouts take advantage of in the past when it comes to what they are able to use those funds for and what the unit uses the funds for. To go ahead and kind of cut off this idea right up front, you don't need to pay for the cards up front. Something that we heard over the course of this past year and in previous years is that there's still an idea that I need to pay for half of all the cards that I take from council whenever I go up and get them. That is not how it works. We will go over the logistics a little later on. But if that's something you've heard, I just wanted to go ahead and be sure that we talked about that right up front. So the council team, I know we have at least one of our council team members on, but I'll introduce him in a second. So we have Sheila Covington. She is our council camp card chair. And what she mainly does is she's going to be working with myself, Mary, Zach, and your district camp card chairs. We like to have the same structure you see in your unit when there's the den leaders, the committee, and the committee chair and the cub master or scout master. We like to keep that all the way through council. So we have our key three, and then we have our committees at all the different levels. We also have on with us tonight one of my absolute best friends in the whole world, my ride or die, my best buddy, Zach Hudson, the council product sales chair. Zach came to us because he saw me struggling 4 years ago now with doing a video on a tripod using my phone to try to bring energy to the sale. And those of you that have been around, Zach is the brains behind the videos. I am not. And his lovely wife, Sharon, she puts up with the two of us and all of our crazy antics. And we appreciate you for sure, Sharon. But Zach is the one that helps me to make sure that our messaging stays on point. We work together on a lot of the marketing, not only the messaging, but also getting in touch with the units through the district camp card chairs and Sheila to make sure that we're not going to be throwing out this awesome idea to us that is not something that we can necessarily apply down at the unit level. Again, my name is Warren. I've been with the council for just over 5 years. I'm the project manager, so you've seen popcorn, camp cards, that's me, along with launch kits and a lot of other stuff here that is internal facing, but you all do experience, especially if you've had a new district executive this year. They go through our onboarding process, and I'm the person that helps guide them through that. Once again, the one and only Mary Chesser, our product sales administrator. She's the one that you'll be receiving a lot of updates from. She sends out the newsletters. And if you have questions, be sure to talk to your district camp card chair first. But then if it's something that's kind of nuanced, you can reach out to her or myself, and we'll be able to work on that answer for you. Now, for your more direct team, these are the district camp card chairs. We are currently looking to fill the Yellow River prospect. Somebody actually is looking to fill that role, I found out today. But these are going to be the individuals that are reaching out to you to see if you need more cards during the sale, to see if you need any help with submitting those prize sheets, and to just make sure that you have everything that you need. There's not this huge, robust system like we have with Trails End, where we have a way to track all the sales. So a lot of it is going to be us reaching out to see how you're doing, to make sure that you have enough cards, because we don't want you to run out at the beginning of March and then the end of May rolls around and you say, well, I never knew that I could get more cards. And now I'm actually going to get to introduce you all to Ben Buckaloo, who's the Director of Field Service here at the Atlanta Area Council. And he's going to actually talk to you about the big new way we're going to be doing messaging this year.
Disappointed. I thought when you said your best friend, everything, I was getting ready to talk, and Zach totally stole my thunder. I don't
Hey,
get it.
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Hey, thanks for y'all for letting me be on. As Warren said, my name's Ben. I'm wearing my cool Waffle House shirt. Hopefully y'all love it. Love your Waffle House shirt. It does say I'll run for waffles on the back. I don't do too much running, but other than running to waffles. But did want to get a chance to share with you all to try to get you to think about this in a different way. And if I could see, if we were all in a room, I would ask real quick, like, how many people is this your first time selling? Or how many of this is not your first time selling? But either way, if you're new, just copy what I'm about to say. If you've been doing this a long time, I'm going to try to break you of something because I just feel wholeheartedly about how we talk about camp cards. You see on the slide deck that we want to stop using the word buy. And so my script went away. Somebody, I highlight, there it is. So like, I want to change the way we think about this campaign. And for so long, we've been talking about buy this camp card, and our scouts have been working on their pitch of buy this camp card. When we do that, we set ourselves up for people to judge the card. Is the discount worth it? Is it worth $10? Of course, it's worth $10. You go to Waffle House 3 times these days, you're going to save $10. It's $17 every time I go. But if we start talking about, will you support my scouting adventure or our scouting adventure? And if I could change this thing, it would flop. But I would love to call just to give you a piece of a card and it say thank you. And what you do is you say, oh, by the way, thank you for supporting my scouting adventure. Here's a thank you card. So it's an afterthought in my mind because I think when we lead with, oh, will you buy this camp card? People want to know, is it a deal? And I think everybody on this call would think a $10 price point supporting a young man or woman's scouting adventure is an outstanding deal. You can't compete with that. And so that's my pitch and my push is as we work on when we're talking to folks and we're really trying to get people to support scouting at a $10 price point. And almost everyone can give at $10. Some can do 20 and 40 and buy multiple cards. But that's my piece. I'm trying to be. I got my Waffle House. Excited about that. We even talked about changing this name to a thank you card or an adventure card, something to take it away from the old way of thinking. But I encourage y'all to take that approach. And I feel very strongly if we were able to do that, your success is going to be multiplied, I believe. And so, like, I know I say all this, we're going to completely contradict ourselves here in a little bit because I do think we've built a pretty good card, and the team's going to highlight the new discounts that we have on the card. So I do think it is definitely an improved card. Even with an improved card, stay with the scouting adventure. $10 can't go wrong. And so once again, I'll close. That's my pitch to you. And thank y'all for jumping on here and using the time. There's a lot of good things, a lot of hard work. Kudos to Warren, Mary, Zach, his wife, and all of the unit chairs and district chairs for what y'all do. It's exciting. So we've got the cards on order. They're on their way. And appreciate you, Warren, for letting me have a few minutes with the group tonight. Thank you.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you for being on tonight. So I'm sure we're all wondering, what is our goal? So the council goal this year is 40,000 cards. And you can already kind of see the back and the front of the card. It is a little different, but I actually just wanted to go in and highlight the vendors real quick. So we have new vendors this year. We have Checkers, where you can score a small fry. We have Sonic. We also have Academy Sports. And that one is where you can sign up for their texting, and you'll be able to get $10 off a $50 purchase. And then you can see the one Sonic burger and drink in a Sonic burger free. We're also very excited to have honey baked ham with a free drink and chips with the purchase of a sandwich, and Taco Mac 10% off your food purchase with dine-in only. I know that I've had a bunch of leaders tell me, man, we leave round table and then we go to square table over at Taco Mac. We go hang out for the meeting after the meeting where we get to catch up as friends. So we're really excited to have every single one of these new vendors on the card. And we're actually going to go ahead and highlight there's a couple other changes to some of the ones that you already know. So, for instance, Waffle House, still same 10% off. We're really excited to have them back. I know that they're one that everybody looks forward to. Valvoline has actually moved from being a break off to being on the back of the card, like you saw a few slides ago, that $10 off. Dick's Sporting Goods, break off again this year. Willie's, 10% off your purchase. The other one that's a little different is going to be Papa John's. So they are not only on the back of the card like last year, going from 20 to 25% off, but they are also a break off for 50% off regular menu price items. So those are just a couple that we really wanted to highlight because we're excited about them. Everybody that we talked to this year is very excited to be part of this card, come back or join it. So I really hope we all hope that you are looking forward to being able to use the card and also have the people that you've had long time relationships with that have been supporting your scouts continue to use this card again this year.
Warren, can you
So,
go back to the deals? Is Waffle House dine-in and online only? I mean, and
good
online.
catch, Mary. Yep. So they're actually dine-in only. I don't know how that snuck in there that carryout's there, but Waffle House is going to be dine-in only this year. Yes. Thank you for catching that, Mary. And also the deal is live on the Atlanta Area Council website, and I believe we also are going to be sharing on the Facebook page if we haven't already, and there will be an email update coming out as well. So first thing, commission. Something that, again, if you're experienced, I'm probably not sharing anything new, but if you are somebody new participating in the sale this year, you heard me talk about you don't need to pay up front, but also when you get to the end of the sale or you are settling up periodically throughout so you can get more cards. What we don't need is for you to give us the full $10 for every card that you sold. We're only looking for $5. So if you were to sell two cards, we're not looking for $20. We're only looking for 10, and then you get to keep that other 10. And then additional cards. So if you were part of the way through the sale and you say, all right, we sold 25 cards, we're running low, we need more for this one scout that's really running away with it. If you were to pay for the 25 cards, you would then be able to check out 25 more cards. Again, still no risk. It's not like the ones where if you get more, you're 100% on those. Nope, it is still no risk. You'd be able to return them at the end of the sale. The distribution, again, this year, we're going to be looking at how much your unit did last year, how many scouts you have, and going to be basing it off of that so that you don't wind up with too few cards because we actually had some units not remember how many they had sold the previous year and they were only going to get about a third of what they sold. So we have that data archived. We have it ready to go. We're going to use it to help you out whether you're new or seasoned at this. Again, that return policy, it's risk free. Just be sure that you return the cards in in the original way that you receive them. So the break off still attached, and of course the code's not used. We want to be sure that we are not using codes and then returning the cards. And we want to be sure that we treat them as though they are a $10 bill, which is something you want to echo throughout your unit as you're leading this campaign. So how can funds be used? We hear about supporting the scouts. So I'll go ahead and let you know that the way that units choose to distribute funds is different with every unit. I can have 4 units in the room with me right now. We'll come up with 6 different ways that funds can get distributed from product sales, whether it's camp cards or popcorn. So be sure that if you're somebody who is looking to be the camp card chair and it's your first time and it's your unit's first time, you go ahead and have that conversation with your committee. And if you're looking for more ideas, we have all of our district camp card chairs, and I know there's quite a few of you on here tonight that know those different ways and they can help share those different ways. Something council doesn't do is get involved in your unit finances, but we know a lot of people at the council level that have been doing this for a while and they'll be able to share it with you different ways. So you can use the funds for summer camp, Cub Camp, Twilight Camp, uniforms, registrations, camping needs, high adventure. And in fact, there's a scout that I got to meet who has done, if you're not familiar with the Triple Crown, or if you are, there are 4 national camps. 3 of them, if you do all of them, you get considered to do the Triple Crown. They usually run about $1,000 a piece before airfare. And this scout did, I believe, all of them twice, and they did it all through the power of popcorn and the greatness of camp cards. So these fundraisers or these ways that scouts can find to support themselves and your unit to support your unit, they really work, and we've seen it at all scales, whether it's a unit that just needs enough so they can get their awards and that's how they do it, all the way up to a scout going to, I think it was also Scotland this year. All of them are great ways, great opportunities, and it continues to further the mission. So, unit camp card chairs. If you are going to be the registered person for your unit, we need a couple things. The first one is we don't need 123spam@gmail.com. Please don't give us your junk email because we're going to need to get in touch with you. Zach, like I said, he's the brains behind all the marketing. We make videos. You can go to the council YouTube page right now and you can find those videos. We have a lot of fun doing them. They're fun, they're for entertainment, but they're also to be educational, whether for your scouts or to update you as the unit camp card chair on what the next steps are in the campaign. So it's your responsibility to manage your campaign. And again, if you're new, we have tons of people we can put you in touch with, especially your district camp card chairs that can help you. We want to be sure we provide all scouts with 20 cards. They come in a pack of 20, so they'll come pre-wrapped as far as I know. As long as nothing's changed, they're going to come in a pack of 20 cards. And you're going to also give them a card kit. It's a little folding packet. It has a thermometer on the front. They can write their goal. They can fill it in as they go. It has the sales pitch that you saw earlier. Sorry, the support pitch that you saw earlier when Ben was talking. And it also has a couple different examples on how they can look to further their, I guess, goals. So there's things in there like the uniform, like Cub Camp, all the stuff we've already talked about. And you also want to be sure that you're helping your families understand that we're promoting character and scouting and the benefits of scouts. I know that myself, when I was growing up, I was not a very outgoing person. I would have never thought that scouting would have taught me public speaking and that I would ever be using it on a call with 52 people when it comes to talking about how we can help better prepare the next generation for things like public speaking. So we're going to all see it. Price sheets, these are also something that we would like to emphasize this year because this is our way, again, of knowing where everybody is in the sale and also to make sure that we're able to recognize scouts at different levels. One of the things that we do is like send out a top 10 list or by district or overall council. And we know that scouts like to see that and units like to celebrate it as well. We never want to miss an opportunity to celebrate our scouts. Key dates. So currently, you are on the Zoom kickoff. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause of today's kickoff. We have another one on January, a distribution on the 22nd, kickoff again on February 1st. That date is different than one that you maybe received. We've had to move the Council Key Leaders Conference in JTE, so we actually slid ours back as well. So we wanted to be sure that we shared that on this video. Prize sheets, really be sure that you pay attention to these dates. If you haven't already, get on our Facebook page. We'll send reminders there. Be sure that you're giving us a legit email and you don't unsubscribe because we're going to send those reminders and how-tos. Settlements, those are the days where you're going to bring back the cards and pay for the ones that you've sold. And we have a really great tracking system where we're able to make sure that we can tell you how many either you overpay for or how many maybe you have a family that says, oh yeah, they fell in the seat of the car kind of thing.
Lauren, can we go back to the price sheets and the deadlines for those?
Yes.
Okay, it's very important as for our top seller events and contests that the price sheets do get submitted by the deadline. If they're late, the scouts will not be able to qualify for our top seller event. So it's very important that these dates are adhered to for submission.
Thank you, Mary.
So
Can places.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Can you go back to the earlier sheet?
This one?
Yeah. So when you say the first price sheet, second price, is it for the scout or for the unit?
So you are going to submit it for the unit and you will have a place where you can put the scout name and how many cards they've sold.
Okay.
And we have a really clear system where we send it out and you can basically create it automatically prompts you to make a Google sheet or an Excel file and then it automatically shares back to us. But we can definitely, if you have any questions, be sure to we can have a conversation where we can walk you through the first one or the first couple as well. Great question.
Thanks.
Thank you. Places to promote. One of the things I like to say is where the people are. You probably go to a lot of places. I know I go to a lot of places. You have kids in the program, or you are a leader in the unit and you can hear from other families what their kids are doing, where they are. So go where the other families are. This is not only looking at camp cards, but you could also wind up recruiting families into scouting. We are going to year-round recruiting. So it's not just going to be, oh, we're going to sell, after the service, or we're going to go to the Legion Post or the sports parks. But if you are at those sports parks, you can look to share scouting, because people are going to, again, see what it is that your scout is doing or the scouts in your unit are doing, and they're going to be able to say, oh, I'm interested in that. And again, year-round recruiting. You can also promote it at work, walk around your neighborhood, all the places that they usually are. And we encourage you to kind of think outside the box too. Maybe there's somewhere near you where you don't see a whole lot of people, whether it's us or other nonprofits going, and you might think, oh, maybe I can approach the owner of the store and see if there's any way that we could set up out front for a couple hours and look to have more support towards scouting. All of them are perfectly good options, and again, we encourage you to think about those. All right, on to rewards, the fun part. So we have this thing, Mary talked about it, making sure that scouts get credit for the cards that they sold. There's this big event called the Top Seller event. Top 10 scouts in the council qualify for it. The top 3 get what we call the Scout Shop Sweep. I have admittedly never seen the show after 4 years of doing this, called Supermarket Sweep, which is the inspiration of all of this. This top 3 scouts get 60 seconds and $500 of my money to grab whatever they want. We have seen some incredible scouts coming in a week early, tracking where everything is in the scout shop. I don't know how you parents do it, because I tried to follow them with a gimbal thing to stabilize my phone and make sure that we got good video, and I was exhausted. Those were the worst 60 seconds I think I've ever had to do in all of my years. I don't know how you do it. Sales contests, we're going to be running those throughout the sale. We try not to give any hints or sneak peeks. They usually go out in the Facebook page and in the newsletter. Those price sheets are how we track those. So if the contest was scout that sells the most cards, or gets support for the most cards, they win this awesome prize, and we miss getting your price sheet in, it's going to be the scout that we had the price sheet in for on time. So again, be sure that we're submitting those on time. The different prize levels, you can see their Amazon gift cards and the camp card patch. We have a participant patch for 20 cards. We're going to have a patch for 50 cards, and we're going to have a very special patch for 100 cards. We do a really cool theme reveal, so I'm not going to give away the theme tonight, but I know Zach and I are, Zach, you got that grin on. We are very excited about this theme, and we know that a lot of the scouts are going to enjoy it as well. But when it comes to these specific levels, if a scout sells 20 cards, they get that camp card patch. If they sell 50 cards, they get the patch and the $20 gift card. If they sell 100 cards, they get the patch and a $50 gift card. The amounts don't add up or stack. It is whatever the highest one achieved is. So I just want to be sure that we covered that on here. Scouts can also only participate in one unit for this campaign. So be sure that if you have a scout that is maybe moving up to the troop throughout this particular campaign, that we are able to know when they move up, so we can be sure that we can then move their overall amount of cards with them. And the thing that everybody also always wants to know is what amount qualifies us for top seller. So these are, yes, sorry.
Sorry, that last thing that you said, since that applies to my family this year, since we will be moving from a pack to a troop. So that's what you said, is that when they move, we will move their account of their sales to their troop instead of coordinating through the pack?
So just in the way of price sheet, how you guys do the actual cards and the funds, that's on you. But the way that we're going to be doing the prize sheet, and thank you for asking this so that I can clarify it, is let's say that your scout sells 20 cards while you're in the pack, and then you cross over to the troop and you sell another 30 cards. When the prize sheet gets submit in April, it will be all 50 cards with the troop. And what we'll do is we'll be sure to update those as we find them. It's not a lot, but we try to make sure that we at least know so that we're not getting an extra gift card, or we're sending an extra email about something. We're trying to find out if the scout has continued to sell in the pack. Just be sure that you share that with us so that we're not looking for something when somebody's already moved up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So again, those top selling scouts and units, this is what the top 10 looked like last year. And we have, I believe, a couple of those units present on this call tonight. So again, congratulations to you and all of your hard work. But so this is all possible. There's a lot that these scouts do. One of the things that we like to do is actually talk to the scouts. Not only are the videos me and Zach being goofy, but we try to actually engage with some of the leaders and some of the youth that are actually out there so that we can help with sharing the ideas, sharing the how, because we want everybody to be successful. And then, sorry, running out of breath. It's like I'm chasing kids right now through the scout shop. So if you haven't already, please be sure to follow us on Facebook and be sure to check out our Council Camp Card website page. With the name change coming up in February, you will see that there are 2 links there. So I believe it's February 15th. We will be going live with scoutingatl.org. But until then, atlantabsa.org/campcards. That will be the one that you will use